Just that fifth inning there, you guys had the 6 runs, and this one came down to the wire, but the offense just couldn't get going. How frustrating is it to see them kind of respond with those home runs and the bats for you guys drop off?
Yeah, I thought the reliever had us in a pretzel there. I think he punched us out 8 times. That's really the story of the game. And then the 7th inning, we had a chance with the ground ball to start the inning with an out. Then you had a chance to get off the field with a double play. You don't, it turns into 3, and then you're in a mess. But we got to scratch some stuff off there in the last 4 innings, which we didn't. We didn't even really challenge it. So that's tough to close out a weekend, like basically giving them 3, and then not continuing to press on offensively.
Yeah, how disappointing though is it? It's a rubber match. You just mentioned the big air. You guys finally were able to hit for some power. Score 9 runs and don't blow it out.
Yeah, it's disappointing. That's a game you should win. I think we got to close it out defensively, and you got to tack on runs. We didn't do that, so we got to learn from that and move on.
Got J.D. Rogers in last night, got a pinch hit homer today, got another homer there. You put him in the starting lineup too. Just what's it like to give him these opportunities and see him take advantage of it?
Yeah, we need somebody to jumpstart that offense. And he's looked good in practice. He's a mature kid that's never stopped working even when he's not in the lineup. I mean, he's the last 3 balls he's put in play went out of the yard, so hopefully that continues.
Safe to say we'll see JD continue to be in the lineup as he kind of earn more opportunities, more at-bats?
Yeah, to me, again, like we talked about with Mateo Gray in the starting rotation, that kid writes his own lineup. There's no way he can't play.
How would you describe Cam's outing?
That was as dominant as I've ever seen him for the first 4 innings. And then we get a couple ground balls through the infield, and then I think the balk call was a massive part of that inning, which I'll have to go back and look at it. We haven't called that all weekend. That's a weird spot to get it called. So that was a tough spot, and then the home run to one of the better players. And then we had the long wait, and we got the lead back, and then Sauce went out there. So.
Can you take me through the roller coaster of emotions that kind of was the 5th inning with the balk in the top and then the explosive bottom of the inning coming back into the game?
Yeah, it's a great answer, right? What just happened, that's a tough thing. Cam's rolling as good as he could. We get to that, they get a 5 spot, and then we come back in. I think most of that was almost with 2 outs, so that was a great response.
Was it that decision to take Gaskin out and put in Khalees? Was that just due to like some batting matchups, or was that more so one of the errors?
We basically trying to hold that thing right there with some of the defensive stuff, and he's our best defender, trying to get out there and not have what happened the inning before.
Was Wicker done after 5, or was the long pause between innings what kind of did it?
We were debating that, the long pause and how hot it was and where he was with the pitch count, and we had, the plan was Sauce for 2 and Jones for 2, and didn't work out.
Cincinnati is a boisterous team between bat flips and talking and dugout antics. What do you make of all that?
It's college baseball. They can do whatever they want to in their dugout. We'll do our own thing. My only problem with it is you do your own thing, we'll do ours. We don't need to worry about who's doing what. So let the umpires figure that out.
Last night you talked about having Chris and Evan available for this one. What do you make of their performances today? How do you pick them back up after this?
Yeah, Sauce was in a bad spot right there. I think he had the air and then the walk. That's probably what chased him the most, because you got their best player coming up, a guy with 20-something homers. So we went to our best guy. Evan, some of the stuff was really good, and he missed a couple spots, and they made it pay on a day that where the ball's kind of getting out of here and jumping. And that's basically the game right there.
What do you say to the team after this one?
Yeah, I told him I had no problem with the preparation, the focus of it. I like the fight. But there's things we got to do offensively and defensively to close that game out, and that's basic fundamental stuff. We missed 2 hit and runs. We had a chance defensively to clean that inning up and win the game. We didn't get it done. We can either learn from it or let it kill us, and hopefully we'll learn from it.
Austin Jacobs get banged up. Austin Jacobs.
Yeah, the same finger when he dove for that ball up the middle, kind of jammed it back in the ground. And when it's already fractured, I can't imagine. That kid was trying to do whatever. He didn't want to come out, but he couldn't throw. So that kind of forced our hand right there.
JD getting that start today, but then also Dallas Brooks coming in for Zach Skinner. Just evaluate his performance.
Outstanding. He's earned that. He's done that for the last 6 weeks. He went from the 3 to the 2 to a guy that can help us. And the base hit, and then I almost drove a ball out of here the other way. Thought he handled the pitchers well, block. Only got 1 chance to throw, but didn't really look like a freshman there, handling by in a big game. couldn't be more proud of what he did.
You might have broken the losing streak this week, but you end up with a losing 5 of your last 6. How do you turn things around on a more consistent basis, especially have to go back out on the road?
Yeah, we got to play really good with Cookman team on Tuesday. You got to play good baseball. Like there's no secret to it. It's really simple. It's just not that easy. You got to go out there. You got to pitch, defend, figure out ways to score, and finish a game when you got a chance.
JD said you got to flush a loss. How difficult is that? What do you do as a coach to get them in that mindset?
Yeah, so we're basically like address the things that were positive, right? And I think everything that was negative that led to the loss can be fixed. I think they understand that. Then you got to leave that stuff in the locker room. Like when we roll in here on Monday, the practice has to be at the level to progress this thing forward, and then you got to take that stuff into Tuesday and attack Tuesday like it's the biggest game of the year.
And you've seen the team do that.
Yeah.
Respond from a loss.
We've had. Well, I mean, we had 4-4 to start the year, and toughest losses you could have, and they've responded. They have that capability. We just got to go out and do it.
Who can we expect to see on the mound Tuesday?
Oof, I haven't got to that. I mean, it'll probably be the same cast of characters that you saw the last Tuesday, and whoever's available. And whatever bullets we got left to shoot, we'll shoot them on Tuesday.
And you alluded to it, that's a big game, but Thune's having a great season. They got a lot of marquee non-conference wins.
Yeah, I think they beat Florida, they beaten LSU. They can really hit. When I look at it, I'm just watching. Johnny and I are friends. I kind of watch them play. And they're offensive, and we're over there. We got to handle all that. It's a good test.
It's good shape. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.